Back on December 8, the Brooklyn Nets were struggling mightily. The team had lost 8 straight games and doubt was starting to creep in, at least from the outside. But Kenny Atkinson kept his 8-18 group focused on the fact that many of those losses had come in heartbreaking fashion. Brooklyn's -2.0 net rating, the difference between points scored and surrendered per 100 possessions, indicated the team was a lot better than it had showed. The Nets went out that night and stunned the Raptors by a point in overtime, and have not slowed down. Brooklyn's 13 wins since Dec. 8 was tied with 3 other clubs for the most in the NBA since that time, before Thursday's games, and the net rating has gone from -2.0 to 2.0. The team's effective field goal and total shooting percentage in that span rank 3rd overall. The Nets don't have an all-star in the lineup and the season's breakout player, scoring leader Caris LeVert, has been out for 2 months now, but that hasn't mattered as the team has excelled by committee. With a team like that, you have to be really locked into those guys' strengths. They've got a lot of shooters, they get a lot of threes up, they're a high-paced team. Raptors guard Norman Powell said of the Nets on Thursday, a day before the rematch in Toronto, "They've always played really well against us, so you've got to focus in on the guys who are getting those guys their shots, their looks, the ball handlers. Spencer Dinwiddie and Russell Westbrook, they're controlling a lot of the offense and getting those guys, Joe Harris, Allen Crabbe and Damari Carroll, their looks." Raptors head coach Nick Nurse said Brooklyn has been one of the league's biggest surprises halfway through the regular season. They've got a pretty good system. They work hard to play within that system, Nurse said. They are 5 out, spreading the floor to create open three-pointers and forays to the basket, drive it hard, shoot the 3 system. They've got a pretty succinct defensive idea to what they're doing. They've trusted it, went with it. Obviously guys have bought in. They've got a couple nice little additions to complement the guys that they've developed, he said. Remarkably, 10 players have averaged double figures. We're cheating, allowing Rondae Hollis-Jefferson's 9.9 points per game during Brooklyn's past 15 games, with longtime Raptors antagonists Dinwiddie and Russell each averaging over 18 a game. Rookie Rodions Kurucs has stepped into the spotlight and ex-Raptors Carroll and Ed Davis have been significant contributors. LeBron gone for a bit yet. The Lakers said Thursday that LeBron James's groin injury is progressing and he has been cleared to increase on-court functional basketball movements, but a return is not imminent. An update will be provided on January 16. James, who had been a strong MVP candidate when he got hurt on Christmas Day, has not played since. Los Angeles had gone 1-5 without him, dropping to 8th in the West, before winning its past 2 games. Meeting of the best, Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Houston's James Harden, believed to be the 2 MVP frontrunners halfway through the season, squared off on Wednesday, with the Bucks coming away with a 116-109 victory. Harden scored 42 points, his 12th 40-point game of the season, which is tied for the most in Rockets history, but he was held to 2 for 10 shooting in the second half. It was Harden's 13th consecutive 30-point game, the longest run since Tracy McGrady had 14 straight in 2003. The only players who have had longer streaks since 1970 are McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Moses Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Meanwhile, Antetokounmpo went off for 27 points and 21 rebounds. A 38-point third quarter allowed Milwaukee to pull off the upset in Houston. The Bucks moved back ahead of Toronto by percentage points for the best winning percentage in the NBA at .725, though Toronto has 2 more wins, and has played 3 more games. Canucks doing well in NCAA. 3 Canadian have made the 25-man mid-season watch list for the NCAA's John Wooden Award. Duke's R.J. Barrett, of Mississauga, ONT, Michigan's Ignas Brazdeikis, Orangeville, ONT, and Virginia Tech's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Toronto, all made the cut. Barrett, like American teammate Zion Williamson, has been a list mainstay since the preseason, but Brazdeikis and Alexander-Walker were new additions. Around the rim, Russell Westbrook is on pace for his 4th season with 4 or more three-point attempts a game while connecting on less than 30% of his attempts. Allen Iverson did it 3 times, nobody else more than twice. Andrew Wiggins now has 7 games with at least 40 points, second in Timberwolves history only to Kevin Love's 10. Super rookie Luka Doncic joined Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson as the only first-year players to notch 750 points, 250 rebounds and 150 assists over their first 40 games. Denver's Nikola Jokic had his 20th triple-double this week. Grant Hill is the only other player to record that many in his first 4 seasons. DeMar DeRozan is only attempting a three-pointer on 5.4% of his shot attempts, his lowest rate since his second season. Early elements. They the North. A quick look at the top Canadians in the NBA this season. Player team skinny Jamal Murray Nuggets has a decent case for an all-star selection. Andrew Wiggins Wolves first 40-point, 10-rebound game. Kelly Olynyk heat outside shot has gone missing in recent outings. Tristan Thompson Cavs team stinks but Thompson is having excellent season. Corey Joseph Pacers continues to give Indiana quality minutes. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Clippers rookie is doing a bit of everything. Dwight Powell Mavericks has seen a decline in minutes. Dylan Brooks Grizzlies a tough year comes to an end due to toe injury. Nick Stauskas Trailblazers rallied from benchings with good game versus Chicago. Trey Lyles Nuggets excellent in recent win over Miami. Big NUMBERS 12 NBA players have notched 30 points and 6 steals in a game since 2000 more than once now that Kawhi Leonard did it earlier this week. Allen Iverson did it 9 times. 25.4% of Milwaukee's three-point attempts off of a potential Giannis Antetokounmpo assist. He creates NBA best 3.7 made threes per game. 3.8% of Antetokounmpo's own field goal attempts that come from within 5 feet of the rim. 0.41 points by Kyle Kuzma on Wednesday, the most by a Laker in fewer than 30 minutes played. 5 up 5 surging squads. Before Thursday's games, 1 Boston Celtics. Defense has been preposterous. 95.5 D rating past 3.2 Minnesota Timberwolves. 3 straight wins, blowing out opponents. 0.3 Golden State Warriors. Oh, the champs are back, and is that DeMarcus Cousins music? For New Orleans Pelicans, Anthony Davis is tuning out any talk of what his future holds by distracting everyone by putting up superhuman stats every night. 0.5 Toronto Raptors. Kyle Lowry is back and so are the Raptors. 5 DOWN 1 Cleveland Cavaliers lost 11 straight and now Larry Nance Jr. is hurt. 2 New York Knicks don't even pretend to defend and San Antonio has reported interest in Kristaps Porzingis. Cool. 3 Phoenix Suns. The good news is Josh Jackson is looking a lot better. The bad news is pretty much everything else. 4 Chicago Bulls. Calling this season a tire fire would be a compliment to the Bulls organization. 5 Indiana Pacers. It turns out center Miles Turner is incredibly important and the defense stinks without him. LA Lakers star LeBron James leads all players in NBA All-Star voting. Getty Images Giannis, LeBron lead All-Star voting. The King and the Greek Freak continue to reign over the rest of the NBA. The league released the second round of All-Star voting on Thursday and 4-time MVP LeBron James, of the Los Angeles Lakers, led all players with 2,779,812 votes. Milwaukee's MVP frontrunner Giannis Antetokounmpo topped the East with 2,670,816 votes, while Toronto's Kawhi Leonard was next among front-court players in the conference with 2,092,806 votes, well ahead of Philadelphia's Joel Embiid, 1,710,229. 3 front-court and 2 back-court players will be chosen for each conference, with fans accounting for 50% of the vote. Current NBA players and a media panel will each account for 25% of the vote. The process concludes on Jan. 21 and the game will be held in Charlotte on February 17, the 68th edition of the game. The East Guard group is again led by the Boston Celtics' Kyrie Irving and the Miami Heat's retiring great Dwayne Wade, 1,199,789. The Charlotte Hornets' Kemba Walker, 858,798, continues to hold third place, while Philadelphia's Ben Simmons, 695,032, remains in fourth. Four-time Raptors All-Star guard Kyle Lowry ranks 6th in backcourt voting in the East, while teammate Pascal Siakam is 9th among the forwards. In the West, James is surprisingly joined by Dallas rookie Luka Doncic and Oklahoma City's Paul George, who hold slim leads over superstars Kevin Durant of Golden State and Anthony Davis of New Orleans. Former league MVPs Stephen Curry and, also surprisingly, Derrick Rose, lead West backcourt voting, though the past two league MVPs, James Harden and Russell Westbrook, aren't far behind. James will join Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett and Shaquille O'Neal with his 15th All-Star selection, behind only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 19, and Kobe Bryant, 18. Wade is looking to make his 13th appearance, which would be as many as Wilt Chamberlain and one more than either Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. Rawolstad at postmedia.com